So we're in Texas right now, and it is opening rifle season right now, and pouring down rain, unfortunately. Been doing it all through the night, and we knew there's a chance of storms coming through, and they definitely came through. They're pretty much just sitting on top of us right now. We have a chance of hail, high winds, 50, 60 miles an hour, but just nonstop downpour. So in my 10 years of coming here, I've never seen this amount of rain. I've never actually had a hunt canceled on us because of all the rain. And we have Brian with us right now. He's going to do his first whitetail hunt. And yeah, Brian, so what do you think right now?
It's wet.
It's very wet.
Not what I expected. It's, you know, hopefully it'll blow over and we'll be able to get out there this afternoon and this evening and get a hunt in.
Yeah,
I'm excited to do it.
That's the nice thing. Looking at the radar, it looks like it's only going to be this morning. So we will have the afternoon. We still have a couple of hunts or a couple of sits left. So just, I mean, anytime that you want to come out and bring this rain with you, we always appreciate it because we never get this much rain out here. So thank you from that standpoint, but we'll see what the afternoon brings us.
On this week's entry in the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries, we're at the ranch in southwest Texas for our annual kickoff to deer season. Yamaha's Scott Newby came down early, hauling in the latest RMAX editions and looking to take advantage of the early archery season. Climbing into a blind box with his 10-point crossbow, Scott took the first buck of the year.
So we're sitting here. God, I'm shaking so bad.
Harvesting a big 10-point is a great start to what has become an annual tradition, and hopefully a harbinger of the season ahead.
We're out here in West Texas right now, and it's opening season for whitetail with rifle. And Yamaha's been coming out during this weekend for many years now. We kind of had this spot locked in for a while, and it's cool. This year we have a very special guest. He's actually one of our district managers that's been at Yamaha for about 5 years now. His name is Brian Golden.
It's pretty exciting for me. This is my first time hunting ever, so it's a new experience. So this came about, I was able to win the trip through work at Yamaha. They gave away a trip to send one of us guys down here to check out these RMAXs, get a hunt, and you know, just kind of have a weekend of fun.
What I really appreciate with bringing Brian out is that with him being a sales guy for a while, he even worked at a dealership before that. You know, a lot of times you're a district manager or you're out there in the field, like you only see that one side of the vehicle where he may just only be a recreational rider going out with his family, having a good experience there in our vehicles, but never really seeing another side of the picture when it comes to our RMAX 1000 lineup or even our ATV lineup where you have that full utility use to it.
So up to this point, most of my experience with the side-by-sides and the ATVs has been recreational. You know, getting the family out, running the trails, exploring, kind of just being out there in nature. A lot of the trail kind of stuff. So this purpose is a little bit new for me. You know, it's not something that I normally would do. So this has been a neat experience to see how they work in this kind of environment.
The proven versatility of Yamaha's complete lineup of side-by-sides and ATVs makes for an exciting blend of performance and utility. Learn more at YamahaMotorsports.com. After checking out the ranch, it was time to focus on the task at hand. And though Brian has never hunted, he does have firearm experience. Meeting Wade at the range was the chance to go over both operation and safety. Utilizing the Blackout 3D archery target, Wade then went over shot placement and vitals before sitting Brian down to put a few practice shots in. And with that, Brian and Scott loaded up into the Yamaha RMAX 41000 and headed to the field.
All right, so now things have dried up a little bit. We'll get situated out in a spot called the Meadows. Sounds like we'll be in a decent little box blind and everything, but yeah, from what we've seen on the trail cams and stuff like that, like they've been coming in pretty consistent. So might be an hour or two before we even see anything, but regardless, get in and actually
Should have a good shot.
Yeah, exactly. For Brian's first hunt, I was able to go out there with him, and that was just cool because, you know, share that experience with them, kind of walk them through things. And, you know, I've had a few years under my belt now here in Texas, so I kind of knew what to expect. Just sit, give it a little while.
Yeah, if you want to practice, that's fine. Yeah, just get comfortable. There you go. Yeah, feel free to move wherever you need to. Just make sure your barrel's always far enough out too.
Yeah, so this morning got up, we were kind of expecting rain, but we went out anyways. We got up into a box blind. We had the wind blowing right in our face, which was great. So we were downwind from anything that was going to come out in front of us, and you know, just kind of on a little pipeline area there. There's a clearing, and just kind of sat there and waited for the light to come up. It wasn't what I was expecting at all. We saw some odd ads. I didn't know what an odd ad was. I'd never seen one before. So those are kind of neat. Saw a porcupine out there, and let's see, saw some small little spike bucks, but nothing we wanted to shoot.
It was a good first hunt for him, knowing that he was able to see all those different animals and kind of get settled, get comfortable. I mean, that's, for me, that's a great first start. Alrighty, well, wrapping up for the day. Yeah, it wasn't a total bust. I mean, I think that just overall, kind of the rain probably just messed them up. Having got raining so long with that bad of a torrential storm, and any little thing that was blowing or moving, like they just got so skittish and booked out there. So
They were a little on edge, weren't they?
oh yeah, indeed. Give it a good long sit though, and gonna jump in the RMAX 41000, head back to camp, grab some Angel's delicious dinner, and then figure out our plans for tomorrow morning. If that sounds good to you.
Sounds great.
Perfect. Let's load it up and get headed out.
All right.
We're at the ranch in Southwest Texas, where we get the privilege of hosting a variety of hunters. We've already been in the field with Yamaha's Brian Golden, and we'll get back to his hunt in a minute. But new in camp are Garmin's Patrick Bowman and Greg Glass. When you're sitting in the field with the latest in technology, and you're wondering who actually designs this stuff, well, Greg's one of those guys.
So I'm a product manager at Garmin, and I work on primarily products for hunting and shooting. So our 0C1 chronograph is one that I've been involved with a lot.
A chronograph, for those wondering, is a tool that helps the shooter determine what the projectile does in each step. With it, you can analyze and catalog drop, kinetic energy, and effective range. All valuable data for shooters of any platform.
So one of the most important things to know in rifle shooting, especially any kind of precision rifle shooting, is what your muzzle velocity is, because that's one of the biggest factors in the ballistic solution that you need in order to make a given shot. So if you know exactly what your muzzle velocity is, you can enter that into the ballistic solver, get the right solution, dial your scope to the right settings, and at that point you're just dealing with wind. So your elevation is going to be spot on, which makes things a lot easier. What we've done is, with the 0C1, is created a chronograph that's the size of a GoPro camera. So it's very easy to transport and super accurate, and it'll measure velocity of anything from 100 feet per second up to over 5,000 feet per second.
Back there, but it's blurry.
All right, I wanted to show you a little bit about how the Garmin 0C1 works. It's really easy to use. Just a quick press turns it on. And if you happen to be wanting to shoot a rifle and get velocities, it's just 1, 2, 3 presses and it's working. We can go back and walk through that a little slower. So when you turn it on, you choose a new session. You choose what you're doing. So rifle, pistol, bow, air rifle, or other. I guess we'll choose pistol this time. Press OK. Choose a velocity range. Hit OK. and it's now looking for projectiles. For a pistol, you'll shoot over the top, so as the bullet travels that way, it enters the cone of the radar. It detects it, tracks it for a certain distance, and then calculates back to the device itself where the muzzle is and determines the speed at the muzzle. In the case of rifles, it also does some rejection of shots that don't start right here by the device. So if you're on a crowded firing line with other people with rifles, it won't pick up the guy next to you because it knows that bullet came in at too steep of an angle. So it's looking for stuff that it believes is yours, and it only tracks that. So if you want to learn more about this or other Garmin outdoor products, go to garmin.com and check it out.
There you go. We're looking back at a couple early season hunts, and we're in the field with Garmin product manager Greg Glass, a competitive shooter and shooting sports product designer. This will be his first hunt.
While I haven't hunted before, I have done a lot of shooting. I've shot pistols competitively for years, and the last 2.5 years I've shot precision rifle series. So I'm really comfortable behind a rifle. So that definitely made things a lot more comfortable and less stress.
Now, why did you want to come down and go hunting?
I'd always wanted to, and I wanted to learn more about it, so it can help me design and build better products for outdoorsmen and hunters.
Like any ranch in Texas, wild hogs are a problem. Because of the threat, regulations are lax, and hunting is one of the few effective methods of population control. Doing his part on his first hunt, Greg takes a hog and gets to package some pork loin for the freezer.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, we got a pig down. So talked to Wade, and he suggested we go over to another spot since it was still early. It was only about 7:15. So we headed over, and it was kind of a cool spot up on a bluff looking down at a creek bed. And so we got set up, and first thing I did is basically range both directions as far as I can see, and then straight down in front of us, and also got the angle, the inclination or declination. Plugged those into my Tactics smartwatch. While we were doing that, a good-looking buck walked in, so I got set up and started watching him, waiting for a good angle and a good spot.
112 yards downhill, Greg lines up on the buck.
Pulled the trigger and dropped him where he stood.
Holy cow.
Man. I just kind of started laughing. It was just so perfect to, get out there and get the pig, then go to a new spot and get the buck all by 9:30. So it was really cool.
With one down, they make the call back to camp.
What up?
Hey, what do you want us to do down here? Because we have a buck laying in the bottom of the creek down here.
That's awesome, dude. Which was it, biggin or what was it?
Dude, we hadn't walked down there yet. I mean, he dropped him right in his track, so I'm sitting there looking at him. But he's a big, heavy horned 8-point. I mean, real heavy horn.
We'll go get the side by side because we're gonna have to drive all the way down that creek to get it.
Oh yeah.
It would take us a while. Gentry and I've done it, but we're gonna need to get helmets and all that, and we'll get going that way, and we'll get the drone and everything else. So.
Well, okay, we're just gonna play some TV, and then we'll
Okay.
we'll see you in a minute.
See you.
I said we were gonna play some more TV. It's gonna get some cutaways and stuff, but I mean, that pretty much sums it up right there.
Wade and the recovery crew are on the way, but it's going to take a good long minute to navigate from A to Z. Before the break, we were in the field with Garmin's Greg Glass, a product designer with years of competitive shooting experience behind him. We were more than excited to get him in the field for his first hunt. Knocking one down on day one was an unexpected bonus.
It was very cool. I wasn't sure exactly what to expect, I think I wasn't as nervous as I probably would have been if I hadn't done so much rifle shooting. So I'm really happy that I went into it already being really comfortable with the rifle. It just made it so much easier. Didn't really have the nerve problem, but it was very cool. Cool looking buck, and I'm going to be spending too much money in the future.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Making the long trek down the creek in the RMAX 4 1000, they got this one tagged up and loaded. Here's a great shot of Greg and his first buck. Back on Yamaha's Brian Golden, after a good first sit, he's headed back out for a second. Stealth cam scouting cameras have shown an abundance of activity in a particular area, and it seemed an easy decision for his first solo hunt. Sitting in a blind box, it wasn't long before he saw some welcome opportunities. An axis doe kept things interesting.
I would have been happy with any of those 3 deer. So it was a little bit of a game of patience. You know, we had, like I said, we had that access deer, and that she was dancing around with them and keeping them busy. So it kind of kept the shots a little bit more challenging. Had to wait for it to kind of clear out a little bit. That's where the heart rate started coming up a little bit. You know, you could kind of feel the tension, and then, you know, just kind of take a breath and take my time and just try to make a great shot and, you know, not miss. Was able to get a good clean shot off, and it just dropped right where we're standing.
Yeah, he just felt like a ton of bricks, didn't he?
He sure did. He sure did.
A great shot made for a short walk.
Well, got him. Gonna come check him out here. See what we got. I felt a whole lot of accomplishment there. It's just like, okay, we came in, put in the work, did all the stuff, and then it worked out just the way it was supposed to.
Back at camp, the crew dropped what they were doing.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'd say. Man, that's an old guy, too.
No joke, like right when the sun comes up, I feel a buzz on my phone, I look down, it's a picture of Brian with his buck. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, let's go, dude, that's awesome. Like, already getting a buck is a good solid buck too. I didn't even care about my hunt anymore. I just climbed down, jumped the RMX 2 1000, headed right back to camp because I wanted to celebrate with him. There's nothing cooler than getting a buck, but also being able to celebrate a buck with someone, and best of all, celebrating a buck with someone that's on their first hunt ever. I mean, just so many cool things coming together there, and I was excited for Brian. He was excited about it too. Now he gets to take that buck, he gets to honor it on the wall, he gets to bring it home to his family, be able to feed his family, and just get to see the whole entire process of hunting, but also being able to see the versatility of our RMAX 1000 platform, how we got to use it in the field, and even just see the other things we do beyond that when it comes to filling feeders, moving stands, putting game on the back of it too, and going back to camp with. I mean, all these deals, just wonderful experience for Brian. I'm so happy for him and really elated that he was able to put it all together and make it happen.
For whatever your needs are, recreational or utility, check out the complete line of Yamaha ATV and side-by-sides. And for the latest hunting and shooting sports technology, visit Garmin.com. Keep up with the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries on social media. We're pretty easy to find. A big thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, right here on the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries.